Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. Now, the regular viewers of the channel probably have heard me fangirl hard about azelaic acid. Honestly, I think this is the wonder ingredient when it comes to skincare. There's a little bit of an unsung hero that very few people know about. I want to get the azelaic acid message out there because I think of all the active ingredients I've used over the past couple of years, it's azelaic acid that has delivered the most benefit for my own skin, helped me to reach my skin goals, and boosted my skin confidence. It has so many benefits, from helping to reduce redness and inflammation in the skin, evening out the skin tone, tackling hyperpigmentation, discoloration. It's a powerful antioxidant, and it also dials back the rate of acne causing bacteria on the skin, meaning it's an acne sufferer's dream ingredient. It almost sounds too good to be true, but trust me, it isn't. Honestly, I think there's a place for azelaic acid in every single person's skincare routine. But as with all other ingredients, it's really important that you use it correctly in order to maximize the benefits but minimize any potential side effects. And that's what I want this video to be about. I want to sit back, relax, and show and demonstrate to you guys how to use azelaic acid correctly. Now, before I jump into this video, I want to issue a couple of caveats very quickly. First and foremost, to say that azelaic acid is wonderful. Like all other ingredients in skincare, it should be used with caution and with respect, because sometimes we can go a little slap happy and we can end up putting a lot of high potency active ingredients on our skin, and we always pay the consequences afterwards. So I would say, as with all ingredients, make sure you read up on everything that the brand is saying about the product that you choose to go with, and just make sure that you proceed with caution. Treat azelaic acid with the respect that it deserves. Secondly, it is available on prescription through a lot of estheticians, dermatologists, and doctors. Of course, if you are being prescribed azelaic acid for use on the skin, always follow the guidance of the prescriber themselves. They're the ones that have seen you face to face, know your skin, have prescribed this product. So whatever I say in this video is definitely for the over-the-counter user. If you're prescribed azelaic acid, make sure you follow those really firm instructions by the prescriber themselves. Hopefully you'll learn a lot in this video, and if you did, I'd be super grateful if you give this video a big thumbs up and a like. Honestly, this helps to support me and the channel so much, and it will also help to get that azelaic acid message out there, because I want everyone to know about this ingredient. But in true Mad About Skin style, shall we just cut the waffle and delve straight onto this video? I'm not going to be covering the benefits of azelaic acid in too much detail, nor am I going to be sharing with you some of my favourite products, because I did this in a recent video, which I'm going to leave a link to up there. Definitely worth checking that video out, because I want this video to almost build on that. That gives you the groundworks and hopefully will convince you that azelaic acid is right for you. This video is then how to incorporate it successfully and properly in your skincare routine. First things first, I want you to choose the right strength. There are different strengths of azelaic acid available, and it's always right to choose the right concentration for your skin type and what you're looking to get out of the product. It can be a little bit confusing online, so just to simplify it, let's go through some of the strengths themselves. So, most azelaic acids start at a 5% concentration. This is actually what I formulated my own Mad About Skin Got You Covered Super Serum with. That 5% azelaic acid concentration is fantastic for beginners, people with very sensitive skin, and those that just want to all-round benefits of azelaic acid. They're not targeting anything in particular with this ingredient, they just want all of the benefits in one. A 5% concentration will give minimum irritation and prickling on the skin, but it will in the long term deliver some really great benefits. If you're looking to target something specific, you might want to go for a higher concentration. I would say if you're using it to minimize acne in the skin and breakouts, then I would reach for something in the 10 to 15% concentration. Some of my favorites are these. This is the Dr. Sam Flawless Brightly Serum with a 10% concentration, and this is the Face Theory Lumizalia A15 Serum with a 15% concentration. I think these are great if you're looking to use azelaic acid to target breakouts, minimize acne causing bacteria, and maybe to treat melasma, hyperpigmentation, and discoloration. You'll obviously get quicker results with these, but there might also be an element of tingling, prickling on the skin that you do need to be aware with. I'd encourage everyone to start with a 5% concentration and build up from there. If you can't tolerate any more than 5%, that's absolutely fine. You'll still get great results, but start with this and then work your way up depending on what you're looking to achieve from the product. My second tip is to keep your azelaic acid in the fridge. This isn't because it needs to be stored in a cool environment or anything like that. It's just because by doing that, it'll actually lessen the prickling and the tingling sensation that sometimes we can get when we first use azelaic acid. When you're new to any active ingredient, you will notice some minor sensitivity at the start. This is definitely the case with azelaic acid. I keep mine in the fridge because that just cools it down. It's so soothing and gorgeous when you apply it to the skin, but by doing that, it'll just minimize that prickling and that initial sensitivity that you might get. If I use a higher strength azelaic acid, such as a 15%, even though I've been using it for 2 years, I still do get that initial tingle on the skin, which whilst it's not totally unpleasant, it can be easily avoided by just keeping the product in the fridge, and I'd recommend everybody does that. Now, in terms of how much product you actually want to use on the skin, I would say it's the same as with any other active ingredient. You just want to use enough to give a very light layer across the skin, of course taking it down onto the neck as well if you want to. For me, I usually go by the fingertip method, so I take my fingertip, which is the space between this section of the finger, and just apply enough to cover a line from tip to that first knuckle area. I find that that will be enough to cover my whole face. Some people might need a little bit less. I have a generally quite a generous, large face, which is all fine, and that does use a full fingertip. Some people might go for a little bit less, but I'd say that's around the right amount to use from whichever azelaic acid product you're reaching for. One of the frequently asked questions I always get with azelaic acid is, can I use it both morning and evening? And absolutely you can. I use azelaic acid in both of my skincare routines, and I find that's what gives me the maximum results. However, it's all going to come down to your individual skin type, the level of sensitivity, and how accustomed to the ingredient you actually are. With all skincare actives, I would definitely start gentle and work your way up. With azelaic acid, I'd use it once a day, usually in the morning for the first, say, 2 months of introducing it to your skincare routine. Maybe use it 3 or 4 times a week and build up from there. Definitely start with a 5% low concentration of azelaic acid and again build up, because always remember that skincare is a marathon, not a sprint. We sometimes are accustomed to going in for the highest strength active possible and then applying it every single day. This is going to do your skin no favors at all. You'll get a lot of side effects and actually you probably won't get any quicker results. Start with a low concentration of azelaic acid in the morning 3 or 4 times a week, and then just build up from there. If at any point your skin starts to feel really sensitive, maybe a little bit tight, stripped or dried, know that you've maybe pushed it a little bit too far and just dial that back. We all have different abilities to tolerate different active ingredients. It's all about listening to what your skin says and stopping at the point where your skin tells you, no, enough is enough. I could tolerate azelaic acid twice a day, every single day in my skincare routine, but I know so many people out there that can't, but they're still using it less frequently and getting amazing, amazing results. So don't feel that you're missing out if you can't use it twice a day. Now, in terms of what you can and can't pair azelaic acid with, fortunately, azelaic acid is like the best friend of all our other skincare ingredients, and it pairs beautifully well with just about all of them. A couple of things I've learned through trial and error in my own skin is that I tend not to use azelaic acid alongside benzoyl peroxide. That's because they're both powerful acne and spot fighting ingredients, but they can both be a little bit drying on the skin. I found that when I used benzoyl peroxide and azelaic acid together, my skin was just way too dry, felt too tight, and actually I think it was a little bit sensitized and inflamed. So I would probably say avoid using benzoyl peroxide and azelaic acid together. Go for one or the other because they're both delivering that amazing spot fighting power. You don't really need both of them. Similarly, when you first introduce azelaic acid, I probably wouldn't use other exfoliating acids in the same routine as it, because again, for that same reason, it could cause a little bit more irritation than you want and might just dry the skin out a little bit. I find, again, now I'm an established user of azelaic acid, it pairs much better with lactic acid as an exfoliator than it does with glycolic acid as an exfoliator. I think that's because lactic acid is hydrating, whereas azelaic acid can be just a little bit drying, whereas glycolic acid is very drying, and again, when you combine it with the slight dryness of the azelaic acid, it could be problematic. I would say, just to keep it all simple, don't use your azelaic acid alongside an exfoliating acid in the same routine until you're a real established user and you know what your skin can handle. I think that's just good practice with all skincare, but particularly when it comes to azelaic acid. Other than that, you are good to go. These serums don't come in really low pHs, so you can use them alongside your peptides with ease, which is fantastic. You can use it alongside vitamin C's without any problem. Honestly, it's the best friend to all skincare ingredients, which is one of the main reasons I absolutely love azelaic acid. Now, before I leave you, I want to cover off 2 things very quickly. First and foremost is how long will it take to see results? Well, if you follow my advice in today's video, you start with a low concentration, used infrequently and build up from there. It'll probably take you around 2 to 3 months to see those acne reducing benefits, the smoother, even skin tone, and of course some really, really great brightening qualities from it as well. I honestly don't think 2 months is that long to wait. If you think of the entirety of your skincare journey, 2 months is just a small fraction, and I think it really pays dividends in the long run to start gentle and work your way up. So there you have it, guys, a rundown of how to use azelaic acid correctly. Hopefully in my previous videos you've already been sold on azelaic acid. Maybe you're already a regular azelaic acid user. These should have just given you some hints, tips and hacks for how you can maximize the benefit from whichever azelaic acid product you choose to deliver all that gorgeous antioxidant, smoothing, evening, brightening qualities that I absolutely love from the ingredient. Like I said, hands down, this is my favorite active ingredient at the moment, and hopefully you guys can get equal equal amounts of benefit from it. If I haven't answered your specific azelaic acid question, sound off in the comments section below. Ask it there and I'll definitely get back to you. But wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.